What personality type is best for house flipping? By the end of this video, you're going to understand the core traits that leads to success in flipping and how to use your natural strengths to thrive, even if you don't think you're the typical investor. People think you have to be super handy or ultra risky or a type A personality to flip houses. I'm here to tell you that is not true. Over the years, I have coached thousands of new investors. Some are bold, some are cautious, and many are nothing like what you'd expect a flipper to be. Even I'm surprised. In this episode, I'm breaking down exactly what kind of person is successful as a house flipper and how to know if it's a fit for you. You don't need the perfect personality to be a house flipper. As a matter of fact, what you need is strong desire to have a better life for yourself. Desire is what drives success as a house flipper, not your personality type. While your personality can help you in certain aspects of your business, there's ways you can hire around the areas that you're not strong in. We've all known plenty of smart, very skillful people in the world that are not happy and not successful. Again, desire beats skill every day of the week. And I like this saying. Once you know your why, what drives you, the how will always take care of itself. Here are some traits we see in our most successful students. Number one, they are decisive. They don't get stuck in analysis paralysis. Yes, some people take a little bit longer to get to a decision than others, but as long as you're doing it in a pretty efficient amount of time, that is called being decisive. Now, don't mistake that for saying, I made a decision just in a second. That's not what I mean. I mean, you gather the information, but as soon as you have all the information, or at least 80% of the information, you make a decision. Because you know that any decision is better than a no decision. Because a no decision or indecision is a decision. You're just not moving forward at all. The next thing we see is that they are coachable. They can step back and take advice from a coach. They're not know-it-alls. They don't act like they know it all. And they come to the table being humble, saying, teach me. I want to be better in my field. And if you're open to learning from someone who knows more than you, and you put down your ego for just a second, you'll be amazed at how much you can learn and how many skills you could actually develop just by being coached by someone who knows more than you in that area. You may be smarter than them in another area, but as far as house flipping goes, if you don't know as much as the person coaching you, there's always room for you to learn. We find that good listeners are also very successful. If you're always listening to someone who's giving you advice, or anybody in your business, and you're always thinking about the next thing to say or how to one-up them in the conversation, you're not being a good listener. You're listening to respond. If you would just listen with pure intent to see what you can learn from that person, you will learn things you didn't know you didn't know. And there lies the magic. Learning things you didn't know you didn't know. And as you pile those bits of knowledge on top of it, just like building a house, as you pile one piece of knowledge on the next, you'll build a fortress around yourself as you become a successful real estate investor. So be a good listener. Now you gotta be persistent, but you gotta be what I call pleasantly persistent. You see, you don't get that hot deal on the first phone call. Hardly ever. Sometimes it takes 10 calls or 20 calls. Sometimes the seller doesn't call you back for days, weeks, months on end. But if you stay in touch, you'll be amazed because eventually, when they want to call you, they remember that you've been pleasantly persistent. You're not rude, you're not a jerk, you just stay persistent. Whether you want to get a price from a contractor, which you shouldn't be chasing them too much, but whether you want to be persistent with them, or persistent on trying to find a solution, or persistent on finding a deal, or persistent on finding a hard money lender, trying to convince someone to become a private lender, if you stay pleasantly persistent in all these areas of your life, you will build a massive empire for yourself. So be pleasantly persistent. And this is hands down the winning trait of any successful real estate investor. They're an action taker. They don't just think about things. They don't just talk about things. They take action. I don't know about you, but I can't stand when I'm at a party or I'm at some kind of a family gathering or any kind of a gathering and people are telling me all the stuff they're gonna do. And then I see them in another year and say, hey, how'd that go? Yeah, still thinking about that, man. Still gonna think about doing that. And I'm always like, who else can I talk to? Like, I don't wanna talk. I wanna know more about what you're doing. I want you to take action. Even if you fail, take action, because action equals results. The very first real estate course I bought in the late 80s, yeah, I'm that old. I bought this course, I'll never forget opening it. It cost me $600, and I opened this package up, and it said, action equals results. but massive action equals massive results. I never forgot that line, and I've never stopped taking action from that day forward in my life. So action takers win this contest hands down, even without having great skills. Action always wins. So if you're a perfectionist, you're going to struggle. So I would encourage you to find a way around that in your own mind, because what you're about to embark on, or maybe you're already in it, is an area of ranges. Everything we do is a range. What we're going to pay for the house is a range. What we think we're going to sell it for is a range. What our estimates on renovations are is a range. It is not an exact science. And that will drive engineer-minded people crazy, and it will keep them stuck in analysis paralysis. So if you're a perfectionist, my advice is try and find a way to let some of that go and understand that everything we do is in a range, not an exact science. And at the end of the day, as long as your range are pretty close, you can make a great business and a great life out of flipping houses and buying rental real estate. Now, if you are the cautious or analytical type of person, my advice to you is do not get stuck in analysis paralysis. People in analysis paralysis never take action because they're paralyzed with information. I mentioned before, when you get 80% of the information in, pull the trigger. Get going right away. It's better to start with 80% of the information and find out the other 20% when you're already in motion than to not start at all. While you're thinking about starting, someone else will buy that house and you'll suddenly lost out on an opportunity because you're busy analyzing the next deal. If you're getting stuck on something like, I don't like negotiating with people, Glenn, like I get really overwhelmed, I don't want to make those phone calls, I don't want to offer 50% of what they want for the house, I'm so uncomfortable. You can hire people to do that for you, can't you? You can even hire a real estate agent to come in and do that for you. So if you're not good in a certain area, you can find other people to be on your team that will help you in those areas to make you a stronger real estate investor. So it's not always about your skill, it's about finding the people that have the best skills to be on your team. If you're someone who's waiting for the perfect time to be a real estate investor, there's never a perfect time to do anything major in your life, is there? Never a great time to get married, never a great time to have kids, never a great time to start a business, never a great time to change careers. You can always find reasons to start or not start something. It all comes down to how bad do you want it. We all have the same 24 hours in a day. It's what we choose to do in that time that determines what tomorrow will look like for us. So don't ever get bogged down in the, I don't have time to do this. Because you don't have a time problem, you have a priority problem. We always prioritize things that are important to us, don't we? If our kid gets sick, we'll take time off work to take care of that. If we get sick, go in the hospital, we're not working for several weeks. If our parent needs our help, we prioritize those things. So we prioritize things that are important. And I would argue that your personality type needs to be someone who understands that you're investing time, you're prioritizing your time because it's your life. And think of all the people you can actually benefit around you when your life is enhanced as a real estate investor. The real talk of all this is, it's not about your personality type. It's about what you're willing to do and how bad do you really want it. Because if you want it, you'll figure out how to get it done. No matter your personality type, you still need a plan. And it all starts with your numbers. Go watch our video, How to Evaluate a Flip Deal Like a Pro. I'll show you how to evaluate any deal, including renovation costs, including the after repair value, and how much you can offer. I'll do this in a very step-by-step manner, so it's very easy for anyone to understand. Then you can flip with confidence and make decisions like a pro, no matter your personality. Link is right here below in the description.